Detective Alina Graves stood over the body of Jerome Castle, stabbed in his apartment. No signs of forced entry. But what disturbed her most wasn't the murder, it was the trembling woman found hiding in the closet. Her name was Eva Monroe, Jerome's co-worker. She had witnessed the entire murder but was too shaken to speak. Alina assigned a protective officer and arranged for Eva's statement in the morning. But by sunrise, Eva was gone. Vanished. Her phone, purse, and jacket were left behind. The officer swore she never left the apartment. CCTV footage showed nothing. Eva had simply disappeared. This wasn't just a case of a runaway witness. Something darker was at play. The captain dismissed it as coincidence. But then came another murder. A week later, a second murder rocked the city, this time a young lawyer, Paul Hendricks. And again, there was a single witness, his intern, Leela. Alina acted fast, putting Leela in a secure facility under 24/7 surveillance. Lila cried, saying she knew who did it, but was too scared to speak. Alina tried to push her. "Who are you afraid of?" Lila just whispered. "They always find us." At 3 a.m., the power in the safe house cut out. By the time it was restored, Leela's room was empty, door locked from inside. No sign of struggle. That's when Alina knew. This wasn't random. Someone was silencing witnesses perfectly. A killer was hunting the survivors, and he was always a step ahead. Alina sat in her office, going over both crime scenes, different methods of killing, no forced entry, no connections between the victims. But one detail stuck. Both witnesses had the same symbol scratched into their skin behind the ear, a tiny triangle with a line through it. Forensics missed it at first. It looked like a scratch. But now it was clear someone had marked them. Was it the killer, or something more organized? Alina pulled up older unsolved murder files, filtering for cases with missing witnesses. For more matched. All had last seen. Witnesses, all vanished. No trace. They weren't looking at a lone killer. This was a system. She shared her findings with Agent Noah Rook from the FBI's Special Crimes Division. He'd been tracking similar patterns across 3 states. "You're not chasing a murderer," he told her grimly. "You're chasing a cleanup crew. Witnesses are liabilities. Someone is erasing them." Alina's heart pounded. "Who?" Rook slid a file across the table. Inside were photos of a man, dark hair, neutral smile. "We call him the silencer. He's never been caught on camera except when he wants to be." And then, they got word. Another murder. And another witness. This time, they were ready. The murder of college professor Dana Willoughby had one survivor, her neighbor, Tyler Griggs. Tyler claimed he saw the killer flee, described him perfectly. Instead of hiding Tyler, Alina and Rook used him as bait. He agreed reluctantly, knowing the risk. They set up an apartment with every corner wired, agents posted at every exit, and drones watching the building from outside. Tyler was monitored around the clock. 3 days passed. Nothing happened. Then, at 2:12 a.m., all the surveillance feeds went black for exactly 46 seconds. When video resumed, Tyler was gone. Alina stormed the room. Blood smeared the wall. No body, no struggle. Just a small symbol left on Tyler's pillow, the triangle again, drawn in red ink. They searched the building. No signs of entry or exit. It was as if the killer had materialized, done his work, and vanished. Rook looked shaken. "We planned for everything. He still got in." Alina whispered. "He's watching us. He wanted us to see it fail." They weren't just losing witnesses, they were losing control. The next morning a package arrived at Alina's desk, no return address. Inside, a single flash drive. She plugged it in. One video file. It opened to a grainy clip. Tyler, alive, seated, in a dark room, bruised but breathing. He stared into the camera, eyes wide. A voice off screen said, "Tell them what you saw." Tyler's lips trembled. "It's not just one man. It's a group. They decide who dies. If you see too much." The screen glitched. Then, the triangle symbol filled the frame. Tyler's voice returned, softer. "They're everywhere. Even in your department. Trust no one." Then static. Alina froze. "Even in your department." She glanced around the precinct. Could the silencer have a handler inside law enforcement? Someone leaking their moves? Rook said nothing, just pulled out his gun and locked her office door. No more sharing files. No more reports. "We work off the grid," Alina agreed. But her mind was racing. If someone inside was helping the killer, then every new witness wasn't just in danger. She was too. Alina reviewed her team's communication logs. Someone was accessing files they shouldn't have. Witness reports, movements, even safe house locations. Only a handful had that access. And only one had been at every crime scene moments before surveillance failed. Sergeant Derek Mills. She'd trusted him for years. When she confronted him, Derek played dumb. "I'm being set up," he said. "You know me, Alina." But something in his voice cracked, a hesitation, a shift in his eyes. Alina placed him under internal surveillance, secretly monitored by Rook's team. That night, they caught him on audio, whispering into a burner phone. "She's getting close. Tell him we'll need a new plan." Rook ordered his arrest. But when they stormed his apartment, Derek was dead, shot in the head. No sign of forced entry. Another symbol carved into the wall. "He was silenced," Rook muttered. just like the rest. But Alina didn't believe Derek was the silencer. He was only a Linka disposable tool. Whoever was behind this had deeper roots, and they were getting desperate. In a surprise twist, a witness didn't vanish. Her name was Carmen Lou. She worked as a janitor at a downtown hotel where the latest murder occurred. Carmen saw the killer, but unlike the others, she ran. She didn't hide, and she didn't wait for protection. She called the media, live on television. She said, "He wore a mask, but he looked right at me, like he didn't care I was watching. I won't go quietly." Alina rushed to find her, but Carmen had already gone into hiding her own way. Carmen left clues, coordinates, and burned phones. A survivor using the city like a maze. Rook smiled, impressed. She might be the one who turns this. Alina hoped so too. But Carmen's final message chilled her. "They found me once already. I barely escaped. They're not human. They don't act scared. They act like this is a game." Later that night, Carmen sent one last voice note. A whisper. "He's here." Then silence. But no body was found. Was Carmen really gone? Or had she taken the fight underground? 2 weeks of silence. No new murders. No new witnesses. Then Alina received an envelope at her doorstep. Inside, a photo of Carmen alive, but tied to a chair. Behind her stood a man with his face half lit. Finally, a partial image of the silencer. Rook worked with facial recognition experts. They enhanced the photo, ran it through dozens of databases. The match shocked them both. The silencer was James Verdon, ex-military intelligence. Presumed dead 5 years ago in a classified mission gone wrong. Records showed Verdon was declared Kia, but his file was sealed. Buried, Rook said quietly. What if they never lost him? They just redirected him. Alina stared at the wall. What if he's not working alone but for someone? They now had a name, a face, and a lead. But Verdon knew they were close, and he had one last witness left to erase a break-in. Late night, Alina's apartment. She fought him, wounded him, but not before seeing his face clearly. James Verdon, no mask, no rush. "You're next," he whispered. "Let's see if you disappear too." Alina survived, barely. Her neck bore the same, marked the triangle behind her ear. She was now the witness. Rook disappeared the next day. No trace. His badge left on her desk. Bloody Alina knew she had no backup, no protection. But she had a plan. She leaked the photo of Verdon to the press. Shared everything. The symbols, the network, the cover dash-ups. If she vanished now, the world would know. She turned the hunt public. And for the first time, the silencer couldn't hide. Public pressure exploded. News anchors debated Verdon's identity. Social media hunted every clue. Hashtags trended globally. And then Carmen reappeared. Alive, she had gone underground, faking her own disappearance, tracking Verdon in secret. With Alina's photo leak, she used it to bait him again. Verdon fell for it in a deserted warehouse. Carmen and Alina trapped him. A sting coordinated with military police. Verdon smiled even as he was arrested. "They are more like me. I'm just one hand of the body." But he was silenced for now. The witness trail stopped. Carmen, now a symbol of resistance, testified. The murders were traced to a covert operation gone rogue, eliminating risk assets. Alina stood before the press. "No more vanishing witnesses," she said. For the first time in months, truth had spoken louder than silence.